Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is John the Gamer64, the legend, the one and only, and yours truly. And I welcome you to a new video game collection video. So today I will be showcasing my Sega Saturn collection. So I think I only have a couple more consoles to go through as far as my video game collection is concerned. So yeah, almost there, man. Alright. So let's kick it off with the first game. So first game is the Japanese. No, freaking focus. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so that game was Blazing Tornado, or Blazing Tornado. So it's this wrestling game from JA of Pan. Definitely had to get it. It was like $10 brand new, factory sealed. Well, it's not factory sealed anymore, as you can see. Well, yeah, had to get it, man. Looked interesting. Graphics looked decent. Had cool scaling effects. Definitely has a bit of a learning curve, even though there's a pretty in-depth tutorial. So, yeah. Pretty neat. Blazing Tornado. Alright, so before we dive further into my collection here, I want to show you a device you definitely want to buy for Sega Saturn if you decide to buy one yourself. And that is a Sega Saturn pseudo cards. And this thing is such a godsend if you don't feel like buying an actual Japanese Sega Saturn. So this will allow you to play imported games, as far as like Japanese imported games. You can also play burnt games, so just like the Dreamcast, it can also play burnt games as well, depending on the model. But with the pseudo card here, you're able to play, you know, the burnt reproduction games. And that's the thing about the Sega Saturn, it's one of those consoles where the games are freaking expensive, man. So if you're trying to collect for it, you definitely need deep pockets. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because man, that is insane. So, you know, if you just want to, like, get it just to play the games, buy the pseudo Saturn cart so you're able to get the reproductions and actually play the games and all that. Or if you don't feel like collecting Saturn, then, you know, emulators, but then again, I'm not really big on them. But anyways, without further ado. Okay, continuing on, we've got Virtua Cop. Very sweet light gun game made by Sega. Of course, House of the Dead is definitely better, in my opinion. But definitely a good light gun game nonetheless. And we also got Japanese copy, Virtua Cop 2. Alright, next we got, let's see, I think this was like a holiday demo. This was the Nights into Dreams, the Christmas edition. Or no, Christmas Nights into Dreams, there we go. So what was cool about this particular demo is you could actually unlock Sonic as a playable character. So yeah, that was definitely interesting. And there's like a bunch of other unlockable goodies that weren't in the original game. So yeah, definitely a nice little game to play around the holidays for sure. I think I only paid $10 for it too. Alright, and speaking of nights, we got the original Nights into Dreams. Japanese copy, of course. It was way cheaper than the American copy. Oh crap, man. That one goes for like 50 to $60 on up, I believe, for the long box American copy. So that's what I love about the Saturn, man, and the pseudo cart. It's like you can buy the Japanese import instead of spending all that money trying to get an American copy. I mean, I guess if you're a collector and you want the American copies, then that's cool. But if you just want to play the game, this is probably your best route. You know, this or just burning the game altogether. Well, yeah, this is definitely a good game. Good Dreamcast or Sega Saturn exclusive. Plus, I love in Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast the Knights pinball table at Casinopolis. That was freaking awesome, man. I fell in love with that song too. Okay. Alright, next game we got is Fighting Vipers. Definitely a sick fighting game. And this is a Japanese copy, so this one has the Japan exclusive Pepsi Man as an unlockable character. Like, it's so freaking cool. You get to play as Pepsi Man. And I love how Bon here, you know, you can tell his design is like based off of Jotaro and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But yeah, Fighting Vipers, definitely a fun game. Alright, so this game was one of the main reasons I wanted a Saturn, along with Knights, of course. And that is Final Fight Revenge. Yeah, I don't care what people say about this game. This game is freaking fun. It's just one of those fighting games you don't really take seriously. Because it's like pretty goofy, you know, pick up weapons and stuff. And yeah, it's just a fun, hilarious game to play, man. And I was definitely satisfied with this game. Alright. And next we have is the OG Virtua Fighter. Definitely a cool fighting game. I think it was like one of the first like 3D fighting games. Oh yeah, and I like the manual here. So it's actually a poster. Yeah, it's so cool. Hold on. Get the other part. There we go. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. If I can find like the other manual for cheap, I'll definitely put this up as a poster on my wall. Good old Virtua Fighter. Alright. Oh yeah. And they actually did release like an updated version of it. It was called Virtua Fighter Remix. So this one had like slightly better graphics than the original one. So, yeah. It was pretty cheap too. Alright, next we got is Virtua Fighter 2. I believe they also released a remix version of this, which is also the, you know, updated graphics. Yep, can't go wrong with Virtua Fighter. Definitely a good 3D fighter. Alright, and next we got is Vampire Hunter. Well, part of the Darkstalker series. God love Darkstalkers, man. Such a freaking awesome series. Alright. Another fighter. We got X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Pretty good stuff. A lot of awesome arcade fighters on the Sega Saturn. We got. Okay, so this was one of my last purchases from Game Scavengers, and that was Battle Arena Shinden. Of course, I already have it on PlayStation, but you know, I think it was only like $7. Plus, I do actually have a soft spot for it. Oh my god, my game's like falling over here. I'm sure you guys can hear that. Apologies. Okay, so as you guys can notice, good majority of my my Sega Saturn collection are imports, because again, a lot cheaper than the US copies. So, all right, and next game we have is Neon Genesis Evangelion. How to get this one? It's only like $7 off eBay. Of course, since I don't know Japanese, it's gonna be a fun time to figure out. Well, it's funny, like, I think in the actual anime, they actually advertise, well, more or less, you know, it's product placement in the show, because I think Asuka, she's actually playing her friend Sega Saturn in the show. Plus, I think in the credits, even there's a Sega logo, so you're like, oh yeah. So, yes, there is in-game, or no, what is it? Product placement, Sega. Maybe they were a sponsor of the show, who knows? Alright. Next we got is Fighters Mega Mix. So it's definitely another reason to get the Saturn. Well, it's pretty cool. So it has like characters from different franchises. You know, it's like a crossover fighter. So a bunch of Sega crossover fighting franchises. So of course fighting Vipers, Virtua Fighters, even characters from the Sonic the Fighters game. Yeah, pretty fun and funny game. Actually, you can play as the car from the Daytona USA, and yeah, it's just silly, fun fighting game altogether. Speaking of which, here's Virtua Fighter Kids. If you want the bobblehead version, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And next we got is Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story 2. Definitely a huge fan of the Gundam series. So this game does work with the twin sticks, and I'll get more into that later. Okay. Next game we have is Sky Target. So this is an arcade game, kinda like, what's that one? Afterburner. Yeah, it's kind of like Afterburner. It's pretty fun. Sky Target. Alright. So I believe this is my only legit long box game. Well, American long box game. And that is Virtual Saber Troopers. Another reason I want a Saturn, because I already had the one on Dreamcast, Oratorio Tangram. So yeah, this game came along with my Sega Saturn when I bought it from Retro City Games. Yeah, I freaking love mechs and robots and stuff, so it was an easy purchase for me. Okay. So I think the rest of these are reproduction games and cases, so yeah. Alright, so we got Burning Rangers. Probably one of the most unique and coolest exclusives on Sega Saturn. It's like this game about this team of firefighters in space, like in the future. Like, it's so much fun, dude. This is like a really good game. Yeah, I would love if they remastered it, or made a sequel, or something along those lines, man. This is a franchise that needs to come back for sure. Burning Rangers Go. Has like a really catchy theme song too. Alright. And next we got is Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. With Sakura crying like a little baby. I think this is the one with Cyber Akuma, but I haven't unlocked him yet, because for some reason he's like a pain in the butt to unlock, for some reason. But yeah, he's definitely a crazy boss in that game. Alright, next game we got is Panzer Dragoon. So yeah, this case and the disc and everything was like really well made. I bought this from Etsy. Just one seller who just like did an amazing job with these reproduction games. But yeah, that's definitely a cool series. I know they remade this game. They did a remake, but I wasn't too wild about the graphics per se. I don't know. No, original graphics, those had charm. Alright, next we got is Die Hard Arcade. Definitely another reason I wanted a Sega Saturn. Plus, this was like one of my childhood arcade games, because I remember as a kid at the bowling alley, they actually had this game, and man, I would pump so many quarters into this freaking game. It wasn't even funny. So yeah, when I bought there was a Die Hard game on PlayStation. I think it was Die Hard Trilogy, but what I didn't know is it wasn't the arcade game. Not to say that one was bad, but I was like, hey, this isn't the one I remember. But then I was like, oh yeah, it's on Saturn, and yeah. Even though ironically, they also do have Die Hard Trilogy on Saturn as well, so pretty neat, man. And then the sequel, Dynamite Cop, on Dreamcast is also awesome. And of course, yeah, so there was a lot of reasons I wanted a Saturn. So here's another one. So the House of the Dead 1. Of course, I got the light guns for this and Virtua Cop 1 and 2. And yes, I did play the remake on Switch. Might have to do a review on it, man. Let's just say it's not as good as the original. There's some good things, some bad things, yada yada yada. I'll review it later. Well, yep. Can't go wrong with OG House of the Dead. Freaking love it. Alright, and then the final game we have is Batman Forever, the arcade game. So this game is literally like batshit crazy. Because there's so much going on the screen. You're like beating the crap out of people, and then like stuff's coming out of them, and all these power-ups dropping everywhere. Like, it's an insane game, but so much freaking fun. Although, you know, I know the ones on Super Nintendo and Genesis got a lot of hate, but I actually like the one on Super Nintendo. My guilty pleasure, man. I actually like that one. Alright, let's see. Anything else? Okay, so there's one more thing I'll show you guys, so just give me 1 second. Alright, and just wanted to show you my twin sticks. So I actually have both twin sticks for Virtual On and the Mobile Suit Gundam side story game. So yeah, I'm happy to have both, so that'll be pretty fun for a gamer night, you know? Or just in general, just want to play with someone. Have an authentic arcade experience. Oh yeah, and I think I also have the Japanese copy of this game too, even though I do have the original. But I think when I bought one of them, it came with the Japanese copy, so... Oh, so yeah, since these are from Japan, Japanese accessories work on an American Saturn, by the way, so... Yeah. Alrighty, folks, so I think that covers my Sega Saturn collection. So, until next video, I thank you all for watching, and love, peace, chicken grease.